The snow was falling from the sky, landing on the dark grey buildings with a cold breeze whistling through the small empty town. A little girl skipped happily in the snowy town, feeling the cold on her cheeks. She skipped past a wall filled with missing children posters that she doesn't seem to notice. She slides on the icy walkway, then stops and sees a chalkboard. Alma picked up a piece of half-used chalk from the ground that someone had left and wrote her name in fancy lettering, Alma. She drops the chalk, looking at her name on the board, feeling happy. Suddenly, she heard a squeaky noise from behind her. Alma turned to look at a red round window. She slowly wiped the frost off of it, wondering what made that noise. Behind the window is a doll, but a doll she hasn't seen before. It looks vaguely familiar. The doll has a dark blue beanie, short blonde hair, bright green eyes made out of glass, pale skin, button nose, rose-like cheeks, blood red scarf, bright red vest with a long sleeve under it, and a crimped seaweed-coloured baggy pants that bag over its small black and white shoes. Alma realized that it looked like a little porcelain clone of herself. She put her hand on the window with a little smile, then looked at herself. She looks back at the doll, but her joy then turned into confusion. Alma walked to the weirdly shaped glass door, trying to see the doll more clearly. She turned it to get the right spot to see it. She enters the store with a twinkle in her eye in awe of all the dolls stacked up on the dark brown wooden shelves. The tiles on the ground that made a clicking sound while walking inside. She looks at the porcelain dolls, then sees the doll that looks like her, standing on a stool with a red cushion on top. Alma reaches her hand out to get it. Suddenly she steps on something. She looks down, seeing that she stepped on a wooden boy riding a bike, wearing a school uniform. The doll made a squeaking noise as it was on its side riding a bike. Alma bent down to pick it up and gently placed it on its wheels, letting it bike away. The wooden boy bikes towards the door, shutting it behind her. Alma stood back up while watching the wooden boy. She looks back at the stall, lifting her hands up to grab the doll, but nothing was there. She became even more confused and upset. She looks under and over the stall, looking around, finally seeing the Alma doll standing on the dark brown shelves. In front of the shelves was a tan couch. She ran towards the couch, climbing it. Two dolls turned their eyes, watching her as she climbed. Her eyes widened and her smile grew, like she saw a packet of candy. Alma took her gloves off with her mouth, spitting it on the ground. She placed her thumb in front of the doll's mouth, then grabbed it by its face. Alma sees her face, screaming. Then black. Alma slowly opened her eyes, breathing heavily, looking around in disbelief. Horror filled her body. She tried to move, but couldn't. Slowly, she realized she is now trapped in the body of the porcelain doll, who she has worked so hard to grab. Breathing heavily, she watches another doll with thick red hair and light blue eyes, waiting for its next victim.